Perfect. 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 I never appreciated just how beautiful New York State was until over 25 years ago with our Mack truck and lowboy trailer. I was delivering equipment for a friend of mine in the irrigation business throughout New York State, Pennsylvania, Vermont, Connecticut, and Ohio. And I was running the road in this Mack truck and lowboy trailer, and I really got to appreciate just how special New York State is, especially in our Adirondack area and southern tier. So part of this hobby is having a trailer and a tow vehicle that's reliable and driving to your ride location. Engineer Dave and I live 18 miles east of Buffalo, New York, and to get to our favorite spots we have to drive 2 hours south to the southern tier, Tall Pines and Demon Run in New York State, and Majestic Lost Trails in northern Pennsylvania. And I wanted to share with you some of the sights of our drive to the southern tier. In this case, we're driving to Demon Run. And this is the entrance to the farm at Demon Run. Very nice owners, beautiful farm, very scenic. And I hope you enjoy the scenery on the way down to the trail and enjoy this video. Thank you. Even though I'm a business owner that lives in the suburbs, I'm more blue collar than white collar, and I'm more redneck than suburbanite. I really like the outdoors, and I enjoy motorsports that put me in the center of the outdoors. I've hunted most of my adult life, and in the year 2000, I purchased, after Engineer Dave researched it, I purchased a Honda Rubicon ATV, and Engineer Dave purchased a Honda Rancher. I continued to use my Honda Rubicon for when I would hunt and do some trail riding on private trails. Dave sold his probably in 2002. He wasn't interested in the hobby and took another direction for a while. Then in 2006, I sold my Rubicon to my brother, and I purchased a Polaris Ranger to clean up my property after the October storm. And then in 2012, I purchased another Polaris Ranger and started trail riding on private trails. You pay to ride, and I just loved it. And then I've always, since 2012, wanted to get back into ATV riding. And a year ago, I should say 2 years ago, I purchased my 1000 Sportsman. And Dave got his 450 HO. And that's when we really started riding ATVs on trails again. So I left this segment of the video in to keep this channel real so people can learn from my mistakes and my successes. And I have done this. This is not meant to pick on Engineer Dave at all. When you're the lead ATV, you're responsible in a way for the machines that are behind you. And we're climbing a very steep hill. Dave is slowing down a little bit. I'm speeding up a little bit. I'm in my power band, and then Dave stops abruptly. I did have enough gap between us to stop my machine. He wasn't sure whether to go left or right, but the problem is that we both stopped and left TC, Don, on the steepest section of the hill, and he's hanging on to his handlebars and pressing the brake so he doesn't roll backwards down the hill. And then when we get going, he's got to gain traction, and as you can see him here, he's hanging on, not looking too happy. His machine then has to regain traction to get up the hill. So all of us, when you're the lead ATV and you have to stop and it's not an emergency, please think about where the machines that are following you are going to stack up. Preferably you want to stop in an area where the machines behind you are on a level, safe area where they can stop and restart safely without risk of injury. After 2 months of research, Engineer Dave liked his 450 HO Polaris Sportsman so much he went out and bought a new one, 2018 model in red, and the machine just performed so well, and holy cow does the red stand out against the snow. Dave weighs about 115 pounds. His machine is probably close to 200 pounds lighter than my Sportsman 1000. So he is just so quick on the trails between the lighter machine and his lighter body weight. That machine just scampers and he rides it very well. And mine machine, the Sportsman 1000, in this rutted, icy ruts, tends to slide like a slot car in a track from side to side. I really have to work to keep up with him and me being heavier and also my machine, but it makes for a fun ride. In an effort not to bore you, since I was a young child, I've had a fascination with combustion engines and was drawn to vehicles you could ride, even tractors. Eventually I purchased an Enduro as a 12-year-old, saved up my money, used to ride the trails around our house. I hope that my tractor viewers and subscribers will watch some of these ATV videos and give off-road riding in an ATV, side-by-side, or motorcycle a chance. I do think that if you're interested in a tractor working around your yard, that you have the potential to become an off-road rider and open your life up to another very interesting hobby. GoPro cameras are amazing, but they never do hills justice in these videos. This is a very steep decline, which is off camber. You can see Dave leaning to his right, and I'm doing the same thing. And just look at the angle of his tires as compared to the trees. This is a very steep off camber decline into what I call the big valley, and on the opposite side of that creek is probably the steepest hill at Demon Run, where we're climbing up out of the valley, do a loop around the top, and then there's another steep off-camper incline as we head back down towards the creek. And just listen to my machine as it struggles to get up this hill, all 90 horsepower of it. So let's look at this descent from the back, the camera mounted on the back of Engineer Dave's machine. We're starting downhill, and just look at my front tires, how I'm turning to the right as I go downhill, and they're just sliding to the left. Look at my butt is over on the right side of my seat, and my machine is still dipping to the left. Look at how my tires are digging in to the shallow ruts in the snow, trying to keep my machine in the trail and from not tumbling down the hill into the valley. Now the camber kind of levels off, and now we're headed to a very steep decline, almost where my rear tires, because of the engine brake, are locked up the entire way down. So I've slowed this down, and I'll talk you through it. If you look at the hill, you can see how deep the trail is cut into the hill from machines clawing their way up the hill. And I'm in my power band at about 4,400 to 5,200 RPM, and I'm teasing the throttle up this hill, because if I give it too much power, my front end will raise even more than it's already raising, and the machine could possibly flip over. Now, if you watch at the steepest part of the hill, there's roots that cross the hill that actually bump your front end up, almost trying to make your machine flip over. And there's two sets of them. I just hit the first one. Here's the second one, boom, to go over that. And it's really unnerving to go up this hill. When Dave and I first came to this hill when we were alone, we didn't even go up it. We were so nervous about trying to drive up it. Dave gets ahead of me as he goes up this Great Valley hill, and he stops on the hill, but not a part that's not as steep as the initial part of the hill, and you can't even see me as I do the lower part of the ascent of this hill. You'll see I'm out of frame. You can't see me, you can't see me, you can't see me. And then all of a sudden, as I climb the hill, boom, there I am. That's how steep this hill is, and look at my machine struggle to get up it. Okay, now we're at the top of the hill, which goes nowhere. There's a horseshoe turnaround, and now we're headed down another extremely steep hill. Look across the valley. We're just looking down. My butt is on the back of the ATV seat, and I'm leaning to my right because it's an off-camber hill, and we're creeping down this icy, snowy hill. And look, my sight line is pointed straight down at the creek at the bottom of the hill. You see Dave's machine do a little dance as the rear end comes around him before he crosses the creek. So it's a fun hill to go up and down, but man, does it test your nerves. Not for the faint of heart. So let's take a look at the descent from the Big Valley Hill from the camera mounted on the back of Engineer Dave's ATV. And it's hard to see, but I really am sitting very far back on my seat, trying to keep my weight off my front end. And I'm going very slow because I'm not in a hurry to go down this hill and end up flipping over forward. I do a little dipsy-do as I cross the ice-covered creek, just like Dave. Rear end of my machine slides out, and then we're back on the trail. So now I'm a big guy on a big, heavy ATV, and after we've done this steep climb and steep decline, we got to claw our way out of this valley on another off-camber section of the trail. We're going to cross another creek, then go up another steep trail, and just listen. I'm not lowering the level of the video because I want you to hear my machine as it works 90 horsepower to get out of this valley. Great testament to the machine in Polaris. They build a better machine than I can ride, and it shows it every time I'm on it. Engineer Dave's been asking me when I'm going to show this clip, and the question is to the subscribers and viewers, can a Polaris Sportsman 450 HO climb a hill and keep up to a Suzuki 750 KingQuad? Wow, please comment and tell me what you think. Thank you to Engineer Dave for letting me mount one of my GoPro cameras on the back of his ATV. He's a very good friend and a big supporter of mine, and mounting that camera on the back of his ATV has gotten many accolades from my viewers, and I thank you, Dave. Thank you for helping me. As always, I ask all my viewers to wear a helmet when they're riding motorsports on or off-road. Please be careful when you're participating in motorsports, especially ATV and UTV riding. I recommend that everyone takes an ATV safety course. No matter what your experience level, you'll learn something. I hope if you're watching this video, you'll subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so that you'll be notified when I release new videos. And thank you for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed it. Please get outside and ride the great outdoors on an ATV, UTV, snowmobile, tractor, motorcycle, whatever your choice. I hope to see you riding the outdoors and out on the trail. God bless, and please ride safely. Thank you.
Oh, that was cool. Wow.
That was nice.
Those off cambers are more slippery with the snow. You gotta tease your way and feel it. Are you guys having trouble steering on the straightaways?
Oh, yeah.
On the cornfield? I think my power steering's gone nuts.
It feels like it sometimes.
I was worried because I never had the machine before. I said, what did I buy?
You're not alone.
Pete, we have to shut this off?
I'll shut up. Don, does your machine fishtail?
That's what we're talking about.
No, when you're slowing down.
No, I go to keep you with a lot, but I figured a lot of them would be fun on the way down.
Do you have engine braking?
Yeah.
Man, I've never seen your fishtail slowing down.
I've never seen mine. You see mine, Pete.
Yeah.
It's all over
You
the
guys ride the four-wheel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen yours. Mine is doing it all the time.
I know, I see. Like I said, I thought you were doing it for fun.
No,